Get ready for heat and humidity, steamy both today and tomorrow with heat advisories posted. I'll explain coming up next.
Some noticeable changes coming to Route 8. I'm Angelo Bavar with what you need to know about road closures as work is set to begin to renumber exit signs along the highway.
I think the president needs to do more.
Calls for action from Senator Chris Murphy. His message to President Biden as more Democrats call on Biden to exit the 2024 race.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Thanks for starting your new day, your new week off with us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Symphony Privet. We hope you're having a good one so far. Let's go ahead and get things started with a check of the forecast. Checking in with meteorologist Sam Perry. Now, we are seeing a beautiful start to the day out there, but it feels nasty out there.
Yeah, it's
thick. The air is thick.
Yeah, it's very thick, and we're going to have the heat and humidity sticking around not only for the next couple of days, but right through the rest of the week, unfortunately. But especially today and tomorrow, I think it's going to be the hottest, where temperatures in the 90s, feeling more like 100. So because of that, we have heat advisories in effect from noon until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And of course, it's in the afternoons from 12 to 8 each time. Heat index 95 to 100. Temperatures are very mild and muggy right now. We're in the 70s in many locations, but 60s north and west of 84, and Willimantic coming in at 69. Dew points are down just a little bit. They're down in the low 60s in Torrington, so we are getting a little dry slot of air trying to move in north and west of 84. We're in the low 70s. Otherwise, not much in the way of wind, and this fog now is confined to southeastern Connecticut, where you have a quarter-mile visibility. And we have basically mostly sunny, hazy skies with high pressure in control. This stationary boundary is just not going to move at all. So highs are reaching the upper 80s to lower 90s across the area. Heat index, again, 95 to 100. Take it easy out there. Great pool day, great beach day. And the UV index up to a 9. Wear that sunblock and be safe. Sun going down this evening at 8:28. Coming up, I'll detail the week. We'll talk about Hurricane Beryl. It has made landfall in Texas. Will the remnants hit us? And what about a break in heat? Will we see any of that in the next 7 days? Details coming up in a few minutes. Now over the traffic time with Symphony. How are we doing this Monday morning?
Looks like the morning commute is shaping up just fine so far. Thank you, Sam. Taking a look at our beautiful capital city this morning, checking out I-84 through downtown Hartford. We are seeing our normal traffic volume as folks return to work after the holiday weekend. Let's check out our Hartford drive times. Should be smooth sailing for you at this point on 91, 84, and Route 2 out in the Glastonbury area. Things looking pretty good out in the New Haven area as well. We're seeing our usual slowdown on 95 South heading down to Bridgeport. Speeds moving at about 46 miles per hour, and you should get there in about 30 minutes, just under 30 minutes. Now remember, take care of yourself this week amid all of the heat and humidity. You can find out more about your local forecast anytime on fox61.com and by downloading the free Fox 61 app. Just scan this QR code right on your screen and we will have our Weather Watch team's latest forecasts right at your fingertips. Today, a man accused of taking police on a wild chase in Newtown is due in court. João Almeida Bastos is charged with reckless driving and other crimes. Police say an officer stopped him yesterday morning on Toddy Hill Road. As the officer got out of his cruiser, Almeida Bastos allegedly made a U-turn and tried to drive off. He crashed the car, which police say was stolen from Danbury just a few days earlier. Got out and took off on foot. Police caught up with him about 3 hours later on the same road when he allegedly tried to enter someone's house. Well, they say he couldn't get in because the door was locked. He was taken to the hospital to be treated for cuts and bruises. He is now being held in a $100,000 bond.
A man accused of hitting and killing a construction worker in Hartford is due in court for a plea hearing this morning. Tommy Nguyen has been charged in the crash that killed 54-year-old Jose Diaz Nieves, who was working construction on West Boulevard. He's being held on $1 million bond as he faces several charges, including manslaughter. And he's not the only one charged in a worker's death on the roads. 55-year-old Denise Lucibello remains locked up on charges stemming from the death of DOT worker in Wallingford nearly a week and a half ago. Police say she hit and killed 26-year-old Andrew DiDomenico on the Wharton Brook connector. Her next court appearance is scheduled for August 23rd, when she is expected to enter a plea. A funeral for DiDomenico was held over the weekend in Meriden. And an important reminder here about work zone safety. The state is asking that everyone use caution in work zones, regardless of whether they're driving on a highway or a side road. Now that means please reduce your speed, stay alert, keep a safe distance between you and the car in front of you. Follow the directions of flaggers on road crews and be patient and stay calm.
A driver crashed into an officer's cruiser in Waterbury. Police say 41-year-old Abumel Soto crashed into the officer's cruiser on South Main Street yesterday just before 1:30 p.m. We are told the officer and a passenger in Soto's car were taken to the hospital. Both are expected to be okay. Officers say Soto was driving without a license. And a water main break closed a road in Enfield yesterday morning, creating this mess you see here. This happened on Summer Street just before 5 a.m. No one was hurt. The road has since reopened. 6:06, noticeable changes are coming to Route 8 as work begins today to renumber exits along the highway and replace signage.
And of course, that means you can expect some closures. Fox 61's Angelo Bavar was joining us live along Route 8 in Waterbury this morning with more details, what people need to know before you hit the road. Right, Angelo?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, so the DOT says there may be lane closures at various times during the day, every single day. That does include weekends. And a heads up that we do know that the Route 8 southbound exit 27 on-ramp in Naugatuck, that will be closed to traffic starting today, and that is expected to last until about August 26th. Now, this project along Route 8 here behind me to replace these signs, this is part of a bigger project all across Connecticut and its highways. It's being done to comply with a federal guideline that requires states to number exits based on mileposts. So right now, most of these Connecticut highways still use sequential numbering. Work has already been done on highways including Route 9, I-395, and I-691. You may have noticed that. The DOT has been able to fold these renumbering projects in with other sign replacement projects, which are typically paid for by a mix of state and federal funds.
We're tying it into other work because there's economies of scale there. There's some cost savings for us. So we're not doing work just for the numbers. We're doing it in conjunction with other projects.
If you're just driving along, which a lot of people do, you know, I would drive along and then you go, oh, that was the exit. So it'll take a little time to get used to.
All right, well, we seem to have lost Angelo, but just want to let you know that every exit will also have a small sign displaying the old exit number, and all of the work along Route 8 is expected to be finished by late November. Of course, we'll check in with Angelo throughout the morning if we get any more information. But we hope you stick with us because there are questions surrounding President Biden's political future this morning.
Yeah, we'll tell you what House and Senate Democrats are saying this morning about his bid for a second term and what they want to see from him moving forward.
And we also have new details this morning into a deal between Boeing and the Department of Justice and what it means for the airplane manufacturer moving forward.
And people across Israel taking their calls for a ceasefire into the streets. More on their message to the Prime Minister.